me tell you a story.
Welcome to My Skeptical Sister.
I'm Meghann, the skeptical one.
I'm Erin, the believer.
Happy Halloween!
This comes out on All Hallows Eve.
Oh, that's kind of a bummer. I really
I
thought
know.
it was just Halloween.
It comes out the day before. That gives you a full 24 hours to get really scared and live in that fear.
Yeah, if you don't have your costume, what are you doing? Hurry up.
That's me. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, I have no idea. I
did dress up as an 80s girl. There was a theme for a party. It was 80s. Although I'm really mad at myself.
Yeah, for missing that opportunity that I gave you and you didn't commit.
No, I don't know Howard the Duck enough, and Howard the Duck is so gross.
Oh, it's horrible. But it's like the epitome of 80s.
Yeah.
Gone wrong.
You're right. If I had a duck stuffed animal, I dressed up as an 80s, just as an 80s woman.
That was it. So lame.
Somebody did say, you're really giving the vibes of Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter Said when she dresses up and tries to pretend to be professional.
That's cute.
I was like, yeah, this is totally it.
Okay, then you could have had a dead old lady with you. That would have really been like driving it home.
Well,
you needed a prop.
couldn't make it.
Oh my gosh, listen to that.
You hear me?
Listen
I just
to
called
that.
you an old lady.
They all caught it. Okay.
But I regret, I had thought about going as Lydia from Beetlejuice.
Oh, that would have been cute.
But I was like, I don't know how, like, where am I going to find a black hat? Where am I going to find all this stuff? And then as I was looking for other things, I'd already bought some things, so it was kind of too late. I started piecing together. I'm like, well, that hat would be perfect. And then Mom on Sunday was wearing a little black skirt. I'm like, I could have worn that skirt and just gotten a big black shawl, which I bet you have a black shawl, don't you? You got something drapey. You wear a lot.
Me?
In a
Mom?
good way. You wear a lot of cute little like shifts.
I do.
You do.
I think Mom does.
Okay, well, I could have pieced it together in Mom's closet, I'm sure.
I mean, I think I have like one fancy shawl that I've worn like one time.
Well, I could have done it, and then I would have made my hair look like I had bangs that like were spiky down.
You totally could have
Should have done it. I'm really mad at myself.
Well, that or Howard the Duck, or you could have taken me. It's fine. Whatever. Missed opportunities. The ship has sailed.
Yep.
There's always next year.
That's right. But anyways, what were you going to say about costumes? We were talking about Halloween.
Oh, I just, costumes it's always funny to me because I love dressing up, but I kind of always put myself into a little bit of a corner.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't want this to be extravagant. Like, I'm not going to be one that goes out and buys a bunch of different pieces or goes around to different stores to buy a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
So it always has to be something that I either have in my house that I can make really easily, but it also becomes very creative that way.
Yeah.
I've never, and I love puns like Guns N' Roses. I just put a bunch of roses all over myself. My friend had a bunch of like little clip art guns and we won $50 at a contest. I mean, come on.
Nice.
Can't get better than that. Guns N' Roses. Look, that's such an easy, one person could do that. They could put both.
Yeah.
Your Guns N' Roses.
I saw somebody post something about a Halloween party and everybody had to dress up as a meme.
That would be great.
So, like, it had that one lady, where she's like holding onto her knees. She's in that pink jacket and the big glasses. She's like out of breath.
Yes.
Like, they were just a bunch. It was so cute. It was really funny.
Hilarious.
So,
I can imagine the cat and the angry lady yelling.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's great. That's a fun one.
Yeah, that's a good theme for a party if you got to go to a theme.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like some really quick ones. If you're like last minute, you're like, I have a Halloween party. So here are a couple of my favorites.
Okay.
That you all can recycle and
Awesome.
use. Get some of those lights that you put in your closet that you can just hit.
Push lights.
Put them on your breast and then make your partner be a deer and you're a deer in headlights.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was a fun one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about it. That's all I got.
If you're really desperate, you can just put like an E on your shoulder and be One Direction. You're east.
Oh, yeah. That was us last year.
Yeah.
Right? And you were in sync?
I was in sync. That was not an easy costume. It was easy to make. It was very cumbersome to be in a sync all night at a very crowded drag bar.
Yep. I remember it just made me laugh a lot. So I appreciate that. But yeah, I'm not dressing up this year for anything. I missed a Halloween party, so I'm done.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm not doing anything I'm done
But
too.
you did. You were 80s.
I did something. Yeah.
I mean, you were lame, but you did something.
I wasn't lame. I was actually very cool. Like, I had my socks perfect.
Yeah. I mean, no, you looked very 80s, but that's just all you looked.
Yeah. Well, it was an 80s party.
I'm just saying,
I was on theme.
A prop would have just sealed the deal. But it's fine.
All
it's
right.
Okay. Anyway, really, I should have been the duck.
Yeah.
We would have really won if I was just a duck. I know. And well, no, it's not. It's James's cousin's fault for getting married in October. Who does
Don't
that?
Do that. Listen, unless was it like a scary wedding?
Yeah, no, it wasn't. It wasn't.
Then
at
no,
all.
don't do it. You can have a fall wedding in November. You can even have a fall wedding in like September.
Right, but not October.
October, unless you're going themed, like the bride is going to be wearing a purple dress.
Right.
I don't want to go to an October wedding. I want to go to a wedding all the time.
But not in October. Too
not
busy.
in October, because there's too much going on in October.
Unless it's your wedding. If you're out there, and you're listening to this, we love the fact that you're getting married in October. We're not talking to you.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Oh, my light just flickered off again.
Ooh.
You get scared every time because you know there's ghosts.
No, it's like, what's it doing? Okay. Speaking of scary, costumes and in character, tonight, here's Macy James. She's fighting bedtime. I always try to get her down so that I can sneak out to come over here because she hates when I go to record.
Yeah.
But tonight, she was in there just singing up a storm, having a good old time. I thought, oh, crap. And if she hears that door open, she knows. And then I just hear screaming. So I have to I have to just tell her, rip the Band-Aid off. So I go in and I'm like, hey, baby, I'm going to go record. No, she starts crying the whole thing. I'm like, it's okay. It's okay. I'll be real quick. And then I'll come in, I'll sneak in, I'll give you a kiss. And she, of course, was so cute. She's like putting her little hands up. You'll just record for this long? And I'm like, sure. And then I stress her hands out and I go, but Mommy really likes it. So probably this long. You got to tell them the truth sometime.
Yeah.
But she was okay with it. And then she did say, do you like our family or do you like to record? And I'm like, no, you little jerk. Don't you mom shame and guilt me into this.
What's more important?
Exactly. I'm like, I like them both, baby.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm not going to feel bad about it. So anyway, but then she's also so funny right now because she calls me back and, oh, Mom, I've got a great idea. So I'm like, okay, what? She goes, will you go outside and act like a zombie? Oh. And I was like, what? She's really big into pranking because her older brother is really into pranking. She said, it'll be so funny. And I was like, Macy James, she goes, I'll watch you because her window. And I said, I'm not going to go outside and act like a zombie, honey. So I'm going to get my shoes on. She's like, please. It was the final please on my way out that I was like, fine. So I get out on my porch and I put my hands up and I'm like, whoa, I'm looking back at her and I turn around and there's your husband. My arms. He's walking to his car and I've got my full arms out. And I'm like, whoa. And then I hear her little voice through the window. She's like, keep going. There's Uncle Kevin. Oh, so I was like, but he was so far away. It seemed weird to be like, hey, I'm a zombie. So I just kind of kept doing it. So I couldn't see him because I could just see his silhouette in the dark. So I'm sure he's like, that is the strangest.
You're just really getting into character before you come record.
Oh.
I just think back to the time where I told Kevin I really want us to move back to Louisville, and his exact words were, we're not going to live across the street from your parents, are we? And I said, no.
Never.
My sister, apparently. I didn't know it at the time, but.
Well, and he didn't say sister. He said parents.
He said parents.
Specifically. And
if Nana and G-Pop ever hear this, he's in trouble.
Oh my gosh. We won't let him listen to this one. And also. They could totally move in next door and he would just lose. Sorry, Kev.
I know. If they wanted to move in, he would just be like, well, okay.
Okay, I guess this really happened.
This is why you marry a Canadian.
Mm-hmm.
If you're just, I'm a bit bossy. I've embraced it. And so I married submissive. Docile. And it works well.
Oh, that's so funny. Well, and apparently he doesn't scare easily, though.
No.
I mean, I was doing my best zombie and he just was stoic, got in that car and zoomed off. And I was like, well, okay. Guess I wasn't as good as I thought.
Maybe
I was.
You were too good, and he was like, "I'm not going back.
Get the hell out of here." But he
forget
didn't
about
save
my
you.
family. Yeah, he didn't care about us. Every man for himself. Just kind of how I feel with zombieism. I am so afraid of zombies. They really freak me out.
Yeah, but the time that comes, the world is ending,
right?
So it's like, look, I mean, we've had a good run. Everybody. High five the toddler, like, you're on your own, girl. You will be my demise for sure.
Right.
Although maybe she'll help me blend in.
She'd be the Michonne of all of us. She'd
be true.
Ripping off zombie jaws.
Yeah, that's true.
Putting them on a leash.
Mm-hmm.
Making them do tricks. She's got it.
Yep. She made everybody in the house call her the boss the other day, all day. Okay, it's enough. No, I am the boss. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm a little scared of her. So we just went with it for the day. Okay, for today you can be the boss, but then tomorrow, we'll see.
That's hilarious.
So there weren't any zombies there, but what about that Leo party that they threw just for us?
It was so nice of them to have a party for us.
I know.
Even though, I mean, they should have rescheduled because it was our movie night. But
it's weird that they didn't ask us.
I know. They must not be Patreons yet. They didn't know.
They didn't know. But next time we'll give them our schedule for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Next year when we win, for sure.
Mm-hmm. No, Aaron and I got invited to be on the list for Leo Award. What was it? Leo Reader's Choice Award.
Yes.
Party night. And it was lovely.
It was so nice. It was the first time I've ever been on a list.
Yeah, same.
So
we didn't really know.
Cool.
We were very dorky walking up. We were like, of course, I'm trying to be like, look, let's act like this party is for us, Aaron. And I'm like embarrassing her. She's like, just act cool, Meghann, act cool. Like, it's fine. So we go up there, we're like, yeah, I believe we're on a list. She was like, I need to see your tickets. I'm like, well, that's not how lists work. I feel like I'm just supposed to say my name and then you let us in. But then she just wrote our name down and let us in. So it's fine. It didn't quite
Next year, if you don't win.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Just how to get in there. No, it was so great. We got to taste great food.
Yeah.
We got to.
I have 2 restaurants I plan on taking my whole family to.
Which ones? Toasties?
Toasties Tavern was freaking the best burger I've ever had. So
good. I've been there. If you're here in Louisville, definitely go to Toasties.
And then, this is my problem. I don't remember the wing place, but the wing place was so good.
There were 2. 4 Pegs for sure, which is a friend of mine's restaurant. And I wouldn't just say that just because I know him.
Oh, yeah. No, I like 4 Pegs a lot. And I don't know the man.
Yes. Chris Williams. He is wonderful. And his restaurant is amazing. The lovely Melwood Tavern. They had their... bar tots there, which are the best food in the world.
They are so good.
But I can't remember what the other wing place was.
I know.
So just go to 4 Pegs. There you go.
Go to 4 Pegs. There
you go, Chris.
They were delicious. Very good. So we had a good time. And then we got to see a great drag show.
Oh my gosh. Let me tell you what. I will never be as much of a woman.
Oh my gosh.
As them. Ever.
They are so beautiful.
More women than I will ever be. And I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Like, they are gorgeous. One was on roller skates.
Oh, she was incredible.
In a tiny little stage.
She did the splits at one point on roller skates.
I have never. It was amazing.
Oh, it was incredible.
Yeah, it was incredible. Stilts,
people walking
stilts.
Doing acrobatics. I mean, it was wild. There was not our arch nemesis. We never found our arch nemesis.
Yeah, we kept looking, everybody. We kept looking.
Was nowhere to be
totally put it out there. I don't think we've ever said their full name.
Well, our arch nemesis wasn't there that we found. We never saw her, but they did have one pot distillery. Is that what you call it?
Yeah. So turns out there are types of cannabis that are legal.
Yeah.
In Louisville. Who knew?
Yeah, and they had like drinks and stuff, but they said they were going to be there till they closed, and then they lied to us. They were gone.
Well, Aaron chickened out. I was like, let's just do one now.
Well, we were already drinking.
I know.
And you were the one who was like, I'm not doing it.
I will never do it again. But this guy, he sold me on it. He was like, no, look, you can do this. He seemed like a professional. I was taking his advice. And then you're like, no, we can't. It's a school night. Whatever. We were on a list, Aaron.
Yeah. I also had to drive us home.
Yeah, true.
Was a big factor of that.
Yeah, that is smart. I'm glad you decided that.
Yeah, I had free drink tickets, and I knew I had to pace myself in that category. Yeah. And then to have pot and then drive home. Not only drive home, and our lives and all lives around us are important, but also I'm in a rental bougie car that if anything happens to that car, I'm going in major debt and my husband will leave me. Because
whatever, it's a rental. I thought that's what you said. You throw your hands and go, it's a rental.
This car is the most high-tech car I've ever been in my life. I'm pretty sure a drone follows me because I have an overhead camera view.
Nope, Stephanie explained it.
I know. It's been explained. There's cameras all around and it pieces it together, which is also creepy, but it really does look like there's a drone following me about 20 feet above my car that is just ready whenever I need to back up. It's very weird. So anyways, there were all kinds of factors for why I didn't want to partake in that.
Number one.
That night.
That was not safe. But still, I would have thrown caution to the wind and said, let's Uber it home.
Oh,
even though it was a school night, you can take your husband's car in the morning. We could have figured it out. I'm just saying.
I could not. There was no way I could Uber home.
All right,
and then get all my kids. Okay.
Next time.
Next time we will plan better. We'll Uber there.
We'll let them know to throw our party on a Friday night.
Yes, there we go.
There it is.
Or we'll take a sick day the next day.
Oh, there you go. Because turns out the party wasn't just for us. But we like to pretend the whole night that it was.
Oh, goodness. It was a lot of fun. All right. Well, it is time for some scary stories.
Yeah, and we've got a couple of really good ones in honor of Halloween.
That's right. Okay, guys, I'm going to read a story from Danny.
Oh, Danny. It's like in celebration, in honor of Halloween. You're here, friend.
That's right. I know. And it says, it's spooky season, witches.
That's right. Way to leave off that B and substitute a W. Good job. Good job.
I wonder if that's what he was going for.
I think it might have been.
You're such a nerd. Okay. Hey, girlies. I hope all is well in your neck of the woods. I hope this makes it in time for spooky season. If not, meh, whatever. I tried.
You're right up there. You are in it to win it.
Prime of spooky season.
Prime spot, Danny.
Anyway, the store I work at is, capital I-S, is haunted for sure.
Meyer?
No doubt about it. As you may remember, I work at Meghann's all-time favorite store, Meijer.
I didn't forget, Danny. Can you tell?
Although it's my personal hell.
Oh.
Well, you know the age-old saying, one person's hell is another person's favorite one-stop shopping megastore.
It really is. I went there yesterday. It really is amazing.
I hate it so much.
Love it.
Anyway, I work at one of the older stores. So old, in fact, I remember shopping there as a boy with my family. And let's face it, I'm closer to 40 than I am to 30.
Oh.
Because the White Lake location wasn't even a sparkle in the billionaire brother's eyes yet.
Mm-hmm.
So here's a collection of little experiences I've had over the years here.
At the store. So the store is haunted.
At the store, yes.
I love it.
Being an older store, we've had a handful of deaths in the place, even if... Oh, okay. I'm going to stop right here.
Oh.
No, for a trigger warning, there is mention of suicide here. So
okay.
Just, listen with caution for at least the next minute or two. You can just skip if you need to, take care of yourself. Okay, being an older store, we've had a handful of deaths in the place, even a few who died from suicide in the parking lot.
Wow.
I am part skeptic, but I also believe that part of us remains sometimes. There has to be something else, right? The lives we make, create, and touch can't be it. There has to be more. At least, I hope there is. I think when people decide to leave by their own hand at the store, it's because they don't want to be alone and want to be sure they are found after.
Oh.
I know. It breaks my heart into pieces that anyone could feel so alone and that they have no other option. One case that really stuck with me was a woman who apparently died by suicide in the section of the parking lot that I park in. Okay, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to continue to read. I do not think that's how she died because nobody would do this.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm trying to lead with caution, but Danny is in agreement with me. There's just no way that this
is suicide.
There's no way. I was leaving work one day and noticed a huge black ring around a parking space. The next day, I asked my manager if he'd heard anything, and he told me a woman had set her car on fire and then died from suicide.
Wow.
I think that's suspicious as hell because why would she set her car on fire and park so far away? I mention this because I've heard when people leave this place by their own hand or in violent or tragic circumstances, it leaves a powerful energy behind that is capable of interacting with the living world. The first experience actually happened to my best friend, Jeremy. One good thing about this job is that this is how I met him. He is my polar opposite, the sun to my moon. He's pink frosted cupcake and I'm a mud pie.
Really, Danny? I would have totally gone pink frosted cupcake.
We shouldn't be compatible with us being on such opposite ends of the spectrum. When you get us together, we are an experience that always gets laughs from our other friends and family. One of my favorite memories with him involves us bickering like an old gay married couple, and the customer at the counter waiting for her order laughed and said, "You guys are either best friends or worst enemies." I laughed and said, "Aren't they one and the same?" Anyway, sorry. One day we were behind the photo counter and Jeremy was squatting down working on one of the printers when he pops up like a jack-in-the-box with a yelp. What the hell was that? I yipped jumping because I've never seen someone pop up that quickly before. "Something just poked me in the butt," he cried. "I'm not even," he snips when I give him a look that said, "Really?" I busted his balls for the rest of the day until the next afternoon when I was leaving for the day, when I felt it.
What?
The unmistakable feeling of my left butt cheek being pushed on.
Oh.
I shit you not. It wasn't like my wallet shifted in my pocket or a cramp. It was a force that pushed hard for a solid 2 seconds. It felt as wide as 2 fingers or so.
Wow.
I turned ready to slap someone or tell them to take me to dinner first.
There we go, Danny. There we go.
Depending on what they looked like, but there was nobody around for a solid 20 feet. I hope it was just a ghost and their fingers I was poked with. Oh, gosh. The next experience, I was walking down one of the hallways of our back room, and where the 2 hallways meet, I saw a medium-sized potted plant fly in an arch a distance of about 4 feet and 5 feet off the ground. Like someone was standing behind the corner and underhand tossed it into the hallway I was walking in. It rolled a bit, leaving a trail of dirt behind it. I ran to it thinking it fell from a cart. Perhaps the garden center person was throwing old plants away, but nope. There was no cart, no garden center person. There was nobody around the corner. It was an empty hall, so there were no shelves it could have fallen from. Finally, there are the voices. They aren't clear all the time, and it happens a few times a month. Usually, it's just 1 or 2 words, usually my name or someone whispering something like, hey. I turn expecting a customer, but the department is empty. I thought maybe I was just hearing things or maybe going crazy until one day I heard a voice, the loudest and clearest yet. A whisper, Danny. I just stopped in my tracks but didn't turn. A coworker was walking in my direction, facing me, and must have seen my confused look on my face because she asked if I was okay. I forced a chuckle and said, you'll think I'm crazy, but I swear I hear my name whispered from time to time. She stared at me for a second, then said, no, because I hear them too. You hear voices whisper your name? I asked. My heart sank, and she replied, no, it's always yours.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh. Shut
Danny
up.
Oh, that is creepy.
Oh my gosh, that's so creepy.
Oh, that's creepy.
My mom told me once that her side of the family is sensitive. And any fans of this podcast should know that that means they can sense paranormal psychic activity.
Even I knew that.
Oh, look at you. Well, you're a fan.
Oh, that's true.
As I always say, I lean more skeptic and believe there is a scientific answer to most things. But things have happened with this woman that I can't explain. Like when she predicted the COVID-19 pandemic.
Whoa. Wait, which woman? Oh, his family member.
Yeah.
I thought
his mom.
Oh, his mom. Sorry. Danny. Let me tell you what just happened there.
Okay.
I promise you I was listening. I was multitasking, though. I was trying to take a quiet drink of my beer. And then I flipped back into like, oh, I hope it doesn't go gulp, 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 like it does because you were reading so well.
Oh, thank you.
So I didn't want to interrupt you. So then I just interrupted you to tell you why I was not paying attention, Danny. And I'm so sorry. Let me go back to this. I also thought for a second he was talking about the woman who also heard Danny. I was like, dang, she is like multifaceted. Anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It was New Year's, the year it happened, and we were in the living room. On TV, the ball was about to drop in New York. The countdown had begun when I noticed she had a sad look on her face. What's wrong, Mom? I asked, concerned, because she just looked zoned out. I don't know. I have this feeling that this year is going to be very bad.
Ooh.
She replied, looking a bit more somber. Like for the family? I asked, getting ready to toss my confetti. No, she replied, looking at Times Square on the TV, a chill running down my spine as she says, for everyone.
Ooh.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year.
Oh, Danny. You are an author, my friend.
He is so good.
I know.
But also, listen, somebody got on Facebook and was like, I don't want to write in because everybody writes so well. Trust me, you're going to write beautifully too.
Yeah, we'll make it sound real good.
And if you don't, we'll clean it up.
Yeah, we'll make it sound real good.
Danny makes it easy.
Good at bullshitting. Yeah, Danny makes it easy, but listen, we need stories. We do not care. We do not judge. Bring them in.
Yeah.
Oh, and trust me, we cannot spell. So if that's what's like holding you back, I mean,
oh no,
the more you misspell it, probably the better we read it.
Yeah,
so,
if you paid attention at all to us,
right? Bring it in. I mean, wait till I read this next one. There are some words in here I'm gonna need help with. Okay, well, Danny, here's what I think. You're in a very public place, my friend.
You can't look around and not see anyone for 20 feet.
You're still in a very public place. I feel like there's still a chance that somebody could be somewhere that you don't notice them. They could be hiding behind a corner. It's not like you're in your house where you know everyone's accounted for.
But he's investigating. When it happens, he looks around.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but is he looking every place that there is?
Yes.
Like, how close was there? You don't know. You weren't there. Is there like a clothes rack that someone could be hiding in? There's just a whole lot of things. The whole plant being thrown, I mean, that could have been a teenage kid. I mean, that's kind of judgmental, I guess. But anybody that's like just for some reason going to be an asshole and throw a plant.
But he
and then
looked down the
hide.
hallway. Wouldn't you hear somebody running down the hallway? Everything was empty.
Maybe they're not running. Maybe they're hiding somewhere.
It was a hallway, Meghann. There's nowhere to hide in a hallway.
I go to Meijer quite a bit.
Gosh. It was in the back. It's in the back.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I used
never
to
been in the
work.
back rooms at Meijer.
You're right. I have never been in the back rooms at Meijer. But at the same time, he did say he even thought maybe it fell off someone's cart. So it seems like there must be some sort of clutter, something back there, something that would make him think that it didn't just like appear out of thin air.
Yeah, I think this is more proof that it was a ghost because he wasn't expecting it to be a ghost. He wasn't like, oh, I'm clearly a ghost. He went and was like, what did this come from? And there was no logical reason for it to have happened.
Right, because it wouldn't make sense for someone to be an asshole. But
no, he was expecting an asshole.
But let me tell you what. Assholes exist, especially in public places. I worked at Winn-Dixie, and we had a mystery shitter. Oh my gosh. At least once a week. I tried to investigate this like a true detective. It had to have been somebody that worked there. Had to have been. Like, it was always on like the third Tuesday of, it was like some weird, I can't remember.
Where
this
was
like,
the shit?
Oh, girl, where wasn't the shit? Like in the bathroom. And poor Paul, the hottest, by the way. I don't know why. He was also the nicest. He was just like the nicest, hottest little, like just had to be the bag boy. Every time we have to call him over the loudspeaker, you just see his little head, like his body, like, oh no. Because he'd always have to go and spray it down. But it was wall to wall. Like this person had to have just like literally hands on knees, just spun in a circle. In the middle of the bathroom. It wasn't in a stall. It wasn't like this person was doing things on purpose.
Oh my God.
It was insane. I mean, and here's the grossest part. Once you saw it, you did not need to see it time and time again. But as a true detective, I would have to go in and look at it every time. Because I'm like, this is insane. Every time it would blow me away. Like, it cannot be the same. Like I thought, keep giving them the benefit of the doubt. This was somebody who just couldn't make it. Like, that's horrible. They just couldn't make it into a stall. No, girl. It was, this person was doing something on purpose.
Oh.
It was crazy. Anyway, my whole point is, when you work at a public place like that, people do some weird shit. I also had a friend one time who was a security person at Kohl's, and they watched on video, not even a mystery pooper, in public, in the racks pooper.
Oh.
They kept finding it and they're like, who is this? And so they finally like went back and they would watch and they found this person who would come in, go into the racks and poop in the racks. What is going on with the poop?
Why? There are bathrooms that they let you go in.
I don't know. People do weird things. People might throw plants.
But okay.
Out of nowhere.
That's so unrelated.
Because I like to throw plants because I'm just an asshole when I throw plants.
I feel like you told me those stories just to derail my argument.
No.
And make me forget.
No. To reiterate, there are bad people out there who do stupid things for no reason.
100%. But Danny thought this was clearly a living person doing this.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on? So Danny
thought someone accidentally did this. It would never occur in your mind to go, someone did this on purpose just to like what? Get my attention or just to be an asshole?
But what is the difference? What
just
does
to
it
make
matter?
a mess. Because somebody could really do that.
Okay, yeah, but what does that mean? I mean, there still would be a person there.
No, because an asshole person wouldn't want to get caught. Those mystery poopers did not identify themselves. I try as I might. I could not figure out who it was. I think her name was Debbie. I think she worked in the deli. That's as far as I got. And again, this was like 25 years ago. So if you know a Debbie that works in a deli, I don't think it's the same person. But this woman was interesting. Let's just say that. Some interesting things were happening. My money was on her the whole time. I tried to watch like a hawk. I would get distracted, much like me trying to listen to the story earlier, and things happened to me. My brain doesn't always focus like it should. So I don't know. if Debbie was really the one. But there could have been a Debbie from their deli who likes to throw plants just to make a mess, but then hides because they don't want to get caught.
Whatever.
Is my whole point.
Whatever.
So that's number one. Number two, what about Danny's friend? I know he had a name, Jeremy. What if he, over the intercom from time to time, would be like, Danny.
That you cannot.
You can.
You can, but you would hear it.
Yeah,
Not
everybody
like
would hear it. Guess who else would hear it? I don't know what her name is. Rhonda, who works in the Photoshop, who walks by and is like, yes, I always hear your name, Danny.
You can hear that is coming from the intercom.
You can hear a whisper.
No, shut up.
I'm just saying it's a possibility.
Not having it sound like somebody is whispering.
I pointed to Ellie because Ellie just snorted like, mm-hmm. See,
No.
I can make sounds too.
That's her rolling eyes sound.
What if it's not the intercom? She's like, both of you, don't talk for me. I've got my own voice. No, it could have, maybe not on the intercom. Maybe it was Jeremy just playing tricks. Jeremy hiding out. Maybe not even Jeremy. Somebody else just trying to mess with Danny. Maybe somebody overheard Danny telling a story about him believing in paranormal things and thought, oh, here's my chance. I'm going to scare Danny. And whenever they see Danny, they keep saying their name. And Rhonda really likes Danny and Danny's tush. I bet Danny's got a nice tush. Don't you think?
So sexual harassment's happening.
I mean, have you seen his tush? I'm kidding. That's not funny to joke about. Just saying. When you got it, you got it. But, and Danny, I really feel like he's got it. But anyway, Aaron, quit talking so dirty. I think that some things could happen. We're in a public setting. So there's so many variables. There's just so many variables. Meyer is huge. I love it so much.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, we all know where I stand on this. So
we do. And we know where Danny stands. And that's
right.
Great.
And he's a skeptical believer.
Mm-hmm.
So
I did think it was interesting, you know, going back. I know it was very heavy in the beginning, but like that is an interesting thought, that energy that like when a life is somehow interrupted by some sort of really negative emotional feeling, that energy would be more palpable or more like lingering, or have more power in some way. That's an interesting thought to me. I don't know that I believe in it, but I definitely think I'm like, okay, I could see how a believer would believe that more.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So there's that, Danny. I'll give you that. I'll give you that little tiny speck. But other than that, so many variables, my friend.
Yes. And
that tush.
Yes, for sure. Yeah, thank you so much for writing in. And if anybody is having any kind of, you know, troubling thoughts, please reach out to National Hotline Network Suicide and Crisis Hotline at 1-800-422-HOPE or 6473.
Absolutely. That's our podcast sometimes goes light, and of course we always kind of want to end on something funny and lighthearted, but definitely worth mentioning and letting everybody know out there that we are here as well.
Yes.
You can also slide into our DM if anybody needs help.
Yep.
Okay, so here we go.
Switching gears.
Yep. I'll tell you what I'm about to do. I'm about to read a story from the one, the only, the lovely Vicky, although we do have lots of Vickies.
Yes, and they're all from England.
I know. So I don't know which one this is, but I love this Vicky.
This is my Vicky. I feel responsible for bringing Vicky into the group because we were in a different mom's group together.
Yes, I love it. Well, this Vicky is my favorite Vicky tonight.
Yeah, well, okay.
You're the OG.
Yeah.
You're the OG
You're
Vicky.
the OG
Come
Vicky.
on,
Yeah, that's
Vicky,
right.
the GOAT.
I wanted to say you're my favorite Vicky always.
Shh.
But then I know there are other Vickies. I just don't know you all as well.
Listen, if your name is Vicky, we're talking to you right now.
That's
in
right.
This moment.
That's right. Vicky,
Now.
you're my favorite.
Right there. Now, this Vicky.
Can you tell we're moms of multiple children?
Yeah, we can't pick favorites. I mean, we can. We just can't let on that we have favorites.
Yeah, the other kids can't find out.
Yeah. We tell each other all the time.
Right.
We just can't tell them.
Right.
Okay, here we go. No, we don't have favorites. Hello, ladies. So I've been meaning to send this story in for ages, but can never find time. However, tonight, my kids are forcing me to watch the Puss in Boots movie.
Oh.
So I'm hiding my phone behind a cushion and messaging you instead.
Perfect.
Oh, I love it. And so been there.
Yeah.
Hey, no. We're having this special moment. Oh my gosh, the special moment is horrible.
I know. My kids get so pissed if I look at my phone when we're watching something stupid. I'm like, I don't care about this. I'm sitting with you. Isn't that something?
Yeah, and I've seen it 80,000 times.
Right. And Puss in Boots is the worst.
Ugh, it really is.
I do not like it.
I want to flick that little cat. I'm not even a cat lover, and
well, that makes sense then.
It does, but like of a real cat, an animated cat is just like a notch above a real cat.
Oh, okay.
You know,
I'd go down.
No, I don't mind an animated cat because I don't have to be around them like in real life. But that Puss in Boots just is like you're sarcastic, you're snarky.
Yeah.
Who's got time for it?
It's all cats, though. That's all cats.
That's true.
They're all sarcastic and snarky.
Yeah. Although I do like his little accent. I do like his little hat.
Antonio Banderas.
Wait. Maybe the more I'm thinking about it, the more I kind of like him.
Okay, let's focus.
Okay. This isn't my story, but my parents. When they were first married, they went on holiday in Tunisia. While they were there, they noticed that a lot of the locals would clear their throats and spit on the floor.
Huh.
I know that. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
It's a random thing to notice, but 51 years ago, it was not the norm for two English people to witness. I don't feel like it is today.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Right. I mean, clearing your throat, that's one thing.
Right.
Spitting, that's another thing. But then for multiple people to do it, like both of those things, clearing the throat and spitting on purpose,
right,
seems odd. Like, what is it? What's going on?
Yeah.
But I guess just a cultural difference.
Yeah. Okay.
I promise this is relevant later. That Vicky said that, not me.
Okay.
When they returned home, they were lucky enough to find a little house to rent on the outskirts of London. It was right next to a church, and turns out it was the old vicarage. Do you have those in America? It's a posh word for vicar's house.
Okay.
We do.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do. We've been in a vicar's house.
A vicar is like a preacher, right?
Yeah.
Pastor David's house.
Well, yeah. And we also knew literal people named vicars who lived in a vicar house.
Oh, that's true.
Isn't that weird?
Wow. Do you think he was just in a long line of being preachers?
I don't know if that this is it. This is my calling. I got to do this.
Yeah.
My goal in life is to be a vicar who lives in a vicar house.
I've always wanted to be an actor, but here's my stupid name.
Guess I'm going to have to live in a vicar's house. They loved living there, but both agreed that there was a weird feeling in this house. My dad is quite spiritual, but my mom isn't, so she didn't give it much thought. One day, she was kneeling down and cleaning the fire when someone cleared their throat and spat right next to her ear.
Oh.
She whirled around to give my dad a smack, thinking he was doing a Tunisian thing to freak her out, but there was nobody there. My dad was in the garden. It freaked her out because she did not imagine it, but what else was she to do? So she just brushed it off.
Oh.
A while later, she was hanging out the washing in the garden when she felt something grab her leg and pull her down.
Oh my gosh.
Actual hands around her ankle. She ran back into the house. My dad hasn't experienced anything at all, but my mom had a few experiences just like that.
Oh my goodness.
So more than once.
Yeah.
One day, my grandparents came to visit to see the new house and brought their Alsatian dog?
Okay.
Alsatiin. Their Alsatian dog, Carl. What did you love a dog named Carl?
Carl.
I love it. How about we just say their dog?
Yeah, their fancy dog named Carl.
Yeah, their fancy dog named Carl with them. The dog would not go into the spare room and freaked out when the family went in there. Another time they were showing a friend around and he went into that same spare room and then came straight back out saying, "Oh, that room is haunted."
Wait a minute. The friend went in there and said,
"Yeah,
this.
not the
not
dog.
Carl.
The dog.
That dog is so fancy."
Yeah, the dog is, I don't know what breed this is, but man, it is the fanciest breed out there.
Except he'd say it with a little accent. He'd be like, "Oh, this house is haunted. This room."
And then a roof.
Ooh, roof. I forgot this room is haunted.
How does a British dog bark?
Like that. Like what I just said.
Okay. It sounded very American.
Woof.
Okay. I
like
hear
that.
I hear it a little bit.
Thank you.
Okay. It freaked them out a bit, so they put a Bible in that room, shut it up, and didn't use it again.
Ooh.
Things seemed to settle down, and they lived there happily for a few years before buying their own home. Just before they moved out, they got talking to the old vicar about the property, and the vicar told them that years earlier in World War II, there were two elderly sisters who... This could be us.
Oh.
Girl, let's go rent a vicar's house. Just the two of us. Like, I don't know where everybody else is gone. I mean, I don't know. I don't know, but let's live the dream.
Okay.
Anyway, there were 2 elderly sisters who used to do a lot of work for the church, raising money and doing other churchy things.
Oh, that sounds like a lot of work. I don't want to do that part.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really want to be attached to a church. No offense, but I mean, we could go get a bar though.
Oh,
now there's the dream.
Oh my gosh,
I could be a 80-year-old bar back.
Yes.
Are you kidding me?
Let's do that when we retire. Let's totally do that when we retire.
Oh yes.
Oh no, I've got so much longer, and you're almost done.
I'll wait for you. It'll be fine.
Okay, great.
Fine. I mean, I'll like work my way in.
Yeah.
I'll be real good. Like, I get a word out for my sister. It'll be great.
That'd be so much fun.
All right. I'm glad we have a retirement plan. Me too. All one fell swoop.
Let me tell you, this is not paying the bills.
No, it's not. No, it's kind of draining the pocketbook. Okay. They lost their home in the Blitz. What does that mean? And what Blitz? Hold on. I mean, it was World War II.
The Blitz was a German bombing campaign against the United Kingdom in 1940 and 1941. During the Second World War, the term was first used by the British.
Wow. Oh, that's awful. Well, they lost their home in the Blitz, and at that time, the vicarage was empty. The sisters were allowed to stay there for a while and slept together in the spare room. That's so cute.
Oh, that is so sweet.
They were hoping that because of all the work that they had done for the church, that they would be allowed to stay there permanently in the vicarage. To their frustration, it was given to a newly married couple. The sisters were furious and directed their anger at the young wife, even though she didn't do anything to deserve it.
Oh, women don't turn against women.
I know,
come on, ladies.
Right? At least directed towards the man.
Yeah, come
he
on.
had done something wrong.
Right. She could have joined your little group. It
right?
could have been fun.
I bet she would have been like, oh, you two? Definitely. Let's make this happen, ladies. Okay. Not in a sexual way.
It sounded weird. It sounded so weird. They're sisters, Meghann.
No, I didn't mean it like that. I meant like,
I'm rethinking our bar.
Everybody would pitch in. Everybody would do their part.
Yeah.
Everybody would pull their weight. There would be no like gaming till 2:00 in the morning. It would be glorious. It'd be beautiful. Just saying. Whatever. I mean, I don't know what people are into. But anyway, moving on. Oh, focus. My parents always thought that the sisters targeted my mom with the spitting and grabbing because she represented the bride from the war.
Huh.
On a side note, they did tell me that one night the wardrobe in their bedroom started banging and wobbling on its own.
Oh my gosh.
They were absolutely terrified, but in closer inspection realized that there were exposed water pipes from the heating and that they were running behind the wardrobe and they were banging the wardrobe as they were heating up.
Oh my gosh.
I'd love to hear what you think on this one, Meghann. Happy Halloween, Vic.
Wow.
It's like Vic New. And we have a new nickname. Vicarage? What's going on?
I just watched your mind explode as you said all of those names in a row.
That's amazing. Vicky. It's a little suspect. Now we're Vicky and we're writing it about a vicarage. I don't know. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding because you challenged me. Okay. What a great story.
It was a great story.
It really was. Okay. I would like to know the reasoning behind the clearing of the throat and the spitting.
No, I really thought we were going to get this is why they did that.
Yeah. I was kind of thinking like a curse or like a superstition. Right. If you don't do this, then this happens.
Yeah.
So I would be curious to find out if there is some sort of superstition. Oh, don't make me say it again, but I'll pull it up.
I just need you to spell it for me.
You're going to put it in there and you're going to make fun of me for how you're supposed to say it.
Well, so is everybody else, so it's okay.
All right. TUNISIA.
Should I be embarrassed that when I typed the T, Taco Bell popped up?
You should be embarrassed for that so that when I get embarrassed in a minute, I won't be as embarrassed by myself.
I don't know.
So anyway, I think, well, who knows? Who knows why that is a thing, or if it was just like maybe it's not a thing there. So it's not even of, note.
Maybe they had a cold and one person caught, they started seeing it and then they saw a
the
pattern.
Whole little town, right, just on their vacation happened to have.
Yeah, but it's weird to hear that again in your own house back.
It is, but also I think that could just be like a, it was something that was odd. It stuck out into your mind.
Right.
Maybe it kind of lived in your brain of why did they do that? Why did they? And that thought kept ruminating over and over and over again. And then, you're doing something mindless and it's like that exploding head syndrome. Like something just happens and you're like, did I just hear what I've been thinking about subconsciously over and over and over again?
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know, but you can't explain that foot, grabbing your foot.
Yeah, grabbing the foot.
A foot didn't grab her foot. A hand
Now
grabbed her foot.
that would be weird. Yeah, I don't know. I think here's what the oddest part about this to me is that the mom is not the spiritual one. And these things are happening to her.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that's odd. I don't know what that means to me. I just picked up on that. Like,
could mean that she's not protected if you're going to go that route.
No, I'm not going to go that route.
Okay.
I feel like that. I mean, well, and I don't mean you could totally go that route. I'm just not a believer of protection.
Yeah.
Like when it comes to that. But I think that she just, like, I don't know. I wish like if these things had happened to the dad, what would his rationale be?
Yeah.
Would it be totally paranormal? Would it be, and it didn't sound like necessarily mom was definitely like, this is paranormal.
Right.
Because she's not very spiritual. So I just find that interesting. I don't know. It could have been, maybe there's like a root or something that her foot got stuck under. I knew the minute I said it, Erin was going to give me this look. And
yeah. That was so dumb. Because I've tripped over a root. I've never felt like a root wrapped its little cold fingers around my ankle.
Why were they cold? I don't think
they were cold. You could feel how cold they were just in the words.
Okay, well then I have to go trusty old. There was a kid somewhere.
My gosh!
There was a kid out there in that garden. There was a kid, a little prankster kid, out in their garden. Neighbor came by, grabbed an ankle, ran off.
It was a
couple
ghost.
of times.
You're welcome, everybody. It was a ghost. She basically admits it because that was
I
so
don't think
weak.
I just did. I think that where there's a possibility for it to be a human being.
There wasn't a possibility for it to be a human being.
How?
You cannot have your ankle grabbed, pulled down, and then not look and see a hand.
By the time you look, that crafty little sucker's gone.
No, by the time you look.
You're in a garden. You know how many places there are to hide in a garden?
I think it's time for fan favorite. That's so ridiculous.
Well, let's hope we have one.
Everyone, we're finishing fan favorite.
No, we're not. Erin wishes. So during our wonderful extravaganza, our party that we attended, we met a lovely lady who is actually friends with one of your friends.
Yeah.
Whose name is Julie.
Well, not the friend we met, but...
Yeah, I can't remember her name. I am so sorry. I hope you're a new listener, and my apologies. I don't remember your name, but I do remember Julie's name.
And you were real cute. You had like blue hair. It was hard to see in the dark, but it looked really cool.
But you looked fabulous.
Yeah, you did.
I don't know what you look like in daylight, but that light was working well for you and probably us too. No, but
it sounds like she's not going to look good in daylight.
I don't know. That's a big
would translate either way. She looked hot.
Big question mark. I have no idea.
Oh my gosh.
I can only attest to how hot she looked that night.
Yes. But we had a mutual friend, which is random, that we just randomly sat next to each other and started talking. And my friend Julie Resnick, I'm going to say her name because it's in the name of it, also won an award for the best lawyer.
Yeah, best lawyer in Louisville.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty amazing. So in honor of Leo Reader's Choice Award, we are going to nominate Julie as our fan favorite. Julie, congratulations.
Yes. She's a family lawyer, does family law, and her firm is Reczek Chase Law, PLLC.
Good job with those little letters back there.
Yeah, thanks. I don't know if they're right, but it feels good.
Then just go with it. I'm sure Julie won't mind.
Yes. Anyway. She's great. I worked with her husband for years at my old job, and
nice.
He was always so fun. And then I got to meet her, and she was like, we would go to these super Republican dinners we had to go to, and it was always awful. But then her and I would sit next to each other and be like, we just like talk shit about everybody.
Lovely. Don't you like when you find one other person, you're like, okay, you and me, we're together on this.
Right. Yeah. You got my back. I got yours.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Nice. Well, congratulations, Julie. We're super happy for you. And I'm glad that they threw you a party as well.
Yes. I'm glad you listened so much. Who knows if you do?
I know, but we're happy that you're a fan. Don't blow it, Erin Taylor.
It's not my segment.
And I think you're kind of a bitch. All right. Julie, quit stealing Julie's thunder.
Oh, sorry, Julie.
It's Julie's moment.
So sorry. Thank you, Julie, for being such an awesome, supportive fan.
Friend.
And friend, yes. And thank you.
Erin's being bitchy right now because Someone in this room maybe dropped the ball.
No.
Thought of 2 people I should ask and never asked them to be a fan favorite. But it's okay because we have Julie, who we should just go ahead and nominate because she's a great friend.
Of course.
And I'm sure listens to the podcast every week in all of her downtime from being a lawyer and owning her own firm.
Right. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
And like relatively newlywed.
And shout out. Just a shout out. Hey, if you need a family lawyer. If you need a lawyer. And you're in the South, you need to go to Julie.
Your Southern really slips out a lot more than mine does.
It really does. It was all that time I spent in Southern Kentucky.
Whatever. I lived in Owensboro for 8 years, and you're way more country than I am.
I don't know why. I love it. I love a good Southern accent.
I do too, but you pull it off like it's nothing.
Well, thank you.
So do your kids.
I feel like these are all compliments.
They are.
Okay. Except for when you say them, they don't feel like compliments. Move on.
Okay.
Ooh, she's really gotten feisty on this Halloween night.
I told you I was tired.
Yeah, right? Okay. I feel it.
All right. Thank you to our story submissioners. Thank you for our story from Danny and for our story from Vic. We loved it. They were awesome. Thank you guys for listening tonight. If you're listening on Spotify, thank you for that, helping getting those numbers up for us. You can go to our website at myskepticalsister.com where you can write us in there. You can find out how to become a Patreon. You can find out how to order a sticker or a magnet, or you can find out about our P.O. Box. You can also write us in directly at myskepticalsister@gmail.com. You can follow our socials. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on TikTok, and you can rate, review, subscribe. That is a huge help. Write in those stories, tell your friends about us. All of that really helps. Our Patreon is $3 a month. We'll get you bonus content weekly. It also gets you a sticker, a magnet, a note from us, and $5 a month gets you all that, plus our movie night once a month. And now, until December 3rd, you're in the giveaway section for $5. If you're in the $5 tier on December 3rd, you'll be in the drawing for the cute earrings that Steph made for us that we just love so much. So check those out on our Facebook or Instagram if you need to see those earrings because they're so cute.
They're so cute.
And we love you guys. We'll talk to you next week. We hope you have a spooky Halloween.
Ma'asalama.
La 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 la.
Cut all that inner monologue that was spoken out loud, please.
I just like the inner monologue that's because it's like you and I have the same monologue.
That's right.
We are one track. Sometimes we do it telepathically. Sometimes we do it out loud.
I was doing so good till you stopped me.
Me?
I'm just kidding.
Damn. Yep. And Meghann has lost the ability to work her iPhone. Hold on. But has gained the capacity to talk a third person. Why?
I was just about to say that.
I was waiting for you to call me out on it, and I had to call myself out on it. Never done that in my whole life till that moment. It's so weird. Don't know why.
I think I was just shocked into silence. It was
right.
So
like,
weird.
What is she doing right now? Occitan?
I bet it's not Occitan. I'm not dead yet.